is Anthony here with Trudi. We got a special guest on tonight. This is Jamie. I'm not going to butcher his last name. I'll let him do that. But he's the president of PWMCA. He's on here this evening, and he's going to talk a little bit about that corporation and what it does, give a little bit of his testimony and when he got in the business and what happened to that business and made him leap into the PWMCA and get involved with that. Or I don't know, he may have created this or knew somebody, but anyway, he's the president of it. And so we're just going to turn it over to him, and then we're going to have some questions at the end and stuff. And we're just going to sit here and just talk and have fun tonight. Jamie, it's good to have you, man. And let's go Eagles.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate you and Trudi for coming on and kicking it. And I like, it's always good to come on and just contractors talking shop, man. That's what I love doing. That's what's amazing about this industry, the community of people, come on and talk business, talk shop, go to events, talk events. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing industry, amazing people in it. And it's getting better. Yeah. It's going to keep getting better. It's going to keep getting better.
We like it. We like just to throw stuff around to different people and everything. So I was reading on your Facebook that you had a company, a little testimony. You had a company and it went bottoms up or didn't work or something. You want to tell us about that? And then we'll jump into the PWMCA.
Yeah. So I had I grew up in the cleaning industry. My grandfather had a window cleaning company. And so I grew up in the cleaning industry. And, I lived with him, so I had to break off. I couldn't work with him. He was tough to work with, live with. It was hard. So, went out and did some different things, worked with some carpet cleaning companies, which was fun, and started a pressure washing company. I had a partner, and, we decided we were going to do, the whole house, 149, wash for a whole house. And we had all of our trucks were wrapped, house wash, 149. That model kept trucks busy. We had trucks that were smash packed every single day. But there's some problems with that model. There's a lot of problems with that model. And one of them are just our guys, for one, our guys were paid on commissions. So, they had to upsell. You're going out at 149, you have to upsell those jobs. You can't make any money just do a house for 149. So, if they go to a house and a client just says, no, I just want the house wash special, that's it, nothing else. They already have that bad repertoire from the beginning. Like, they already have that. The customer feels it. It's just, tech's not happy. The customer feels it. They're not happy from the beginning. You get cheap customers. You get customers that, they want everything for nothing. Well, what do you mean 149? They'll call the office. They'll be like, you guys, they just finished up. They didn't clean my roof or my deck. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's everything for 149. Well, the house, just the house.
Your house.
Yeah. So that's the customers you attract, right? So that's the customers you attract. That's they're coupon shoppers. We did some like living social deals, which were really, we sold thousands of deals, thousands. And same thing, the guys would have to upsell, they would have to sell. So, I decided back in 2017, that model was stressful. It was a stressful model. We were making money, but it was just too much stress. And my partner, he didn't know anything about pressure washing, so I just pretty much bought him out, dissolved that company, and I started Greenway in 2017. And we built that model on giving value, not built on price. Not doing houses for $150. We built it on giving value to clients.
Right.
So, that got me to, back then start, Pressure Washing Motivation, which is a Facebook group to help contractors. Because I see a lot of contractors going down that road, which, hey, we can be, we call them $99 washes. It could be $199. It could be $150, whatever it is. I seen that the guys were going down that road and they thought that was successful and that's the way to do it. And I'm like, look, maybe it is for you. I'm not knocking anybody that does it, but let me show you what mistakes we made and why I think it's a bad idea, and trying to help guys get out of that mindset. because it's all about mindset, right? We think people won't pay for premium for a service because we don't think they'll pay it, but they will pay. That's all you got. You got to change your mindset. Once you change your mindset, the light bulb clicks, and
Won't go off.
you can change, man. It could change dramatically. So, I got involved. I was a board and director of another association. Just had a falling out there. Just didn't see eye to eye. When I left there, I had no plans on doing another association. I was just doing my thing in motivation, and I had contractors that were saying, "Hey, we think you should start something." So we started the PWMCA, Professional Worldwide Mobile Cleaning Association, and it's kind of weird because we could grow rapidly, but we don't. Because I really don't. You barely will ever see me even promoting PWMCA because I really don't. It's not really about It's not really about just bringing a whole bunch of members in. It's really about just having guys there. It's a brotherhood. It's guys that want to help each other, contractors that want to literally help each other succeed, and that's what our goal is. So it's not. I don't really care about numbers, so that's why I don't promote much, and I should, because we're people call me and say, "Man, you're handcuffing the association because by you not doing that, you're limiting what the association can do." And I see that. I do see that. It's just hard, man. So I like to help people, and I don't. It's not all monetary for me, so that's the tough part for me. But
so just what can you break down what exactly for the people that don't know? And myself, I mean, I've done a little research today on it when I had time to sit down. Just what exactly is the PWMCA and how would it benefit me if I wanted to join in that aspect?
Okay, so what we do is, the website's being redone right now. So I actually have somebody. I was doing the website, and I just had too many hats. So I have somebody right now. He's doing the website. So PWCA, man, what we do, I mean, is my whole goal is to bring the contractors what they want. So we would hold meetings on the PWCA group on stuff that contractors need. Like they might say, "Hey, I'm struggling with, how to do door-to-door sales," for example, right? We'll just use that as an example. So I don't know anything about door-to-door sales, right? But I would go out there and find somebody that knows about door-to-door sales, and we would schedule a meeting, and they would come on a Zoom meeting like this, but a Zoom meeting with the members that show up, and we do that. So we do a lot of trainings like that, virtual trainings, as far as I like to do. We do an event once a year. We do an event. The website is designed, once it gets back up and running the way it should be. We blog on there, so we blog contractors. We try to help them get exposure,
right?
As well.
But that event, it's coming up next month, correct?
It is, yeah.
And it's in Orlando?
It's in Orlando.
The date?
It's March 26th to February 26th.
Wait, that's 2 months.
February 26th, March 1st. So this year, without taking a lot of time up on it, just so people understand, Kurt Kempton owns his sponsor. I don't know if you guys know Kurt Kempton. He came to me before our show last year, before our Orlando show, and said, "Hey, there's a lot of shows that happen in February, and it's putting a strain on vendors. It's putting a strain on attendees because they want to come to ResponsiCon in Arizona, but they're going to the PWMCA in Florida, or vice versa, or they're going to Texas. They're going to Texas to this show." He says, we want to get together with Sales Boost was another one, and get together and put on one show. So I said, that's a really interesting idea if we can keep egos out of it, because egos could destroy a show when you're trying to put 5 shows. So there's 5 shows in this one building. So it's been good. So we have 5 shows going on at the same time. It's the PWMCA, Sales Boost, ResponsiCon, the $1 Million Admin Academy, and Light It Up Expo. So technically the PWMCA show is Friday and Saturday. So it's that 28th and the 1st. That's our designated days. But people have access to the keynotes. So every day from the first day to Saturday, there's going to be main keynotes in the main showroom. so they can go see those main keynotes before they come to our show. So it's a little bit different format. It's going to take a little bit of adjusting to get used to. For me, the biggest thing is to really try to make sure that the PWMCA side of the show stays what it is. I mean, I know, I don't know if you guys know Chris Martinez, man. Chris Martinez is an amazing, amazing dude. He came to my show in Orlando a couple years ago, and he came up to me. He was like, man, I couldn't figure this out, like why your show is always so good. I couldn't put my finger. He goes, well, now I'm sitting back and I'm just watching what's going on. He's like, this is a family reunion, and that's exactly what the feel is. You know, it's like a family reunion, and we're trying to keep that feel. And I have people that are worried. They're worried. I have members reaching out and they're saying, hey, this is going to be different. And I'm like, it is going to be different. But you're going to have opportunities to get out of the circle, right? Because everybody has their own circle. Yeah. I'm like, you're going to have opportunities to get out of your circle and go meet new people, see new things, you know, network with new people. But you still can come back over here, you know, to our track, to our convention side, and hang out with us and feel comfortable. So it's going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to it. It's coming fast. It's coming fast.
So like a small contractor like myself, you know, Alabama boy, just country boy, you know, we out here, we do a lot of gas stations and stuff. So if we wanted to join, I mean, what would it been? How would that benefit a small contractor like myself to join?
Basically, the trainings and the brotherhood and the networking is really what I think that the main thing is out of it. You know, we have guys that, you know, they've learned different things and it's helped them plateau their companies to where they want to be. And just by meeting somebody or doing it and doing a Zoom training, because they were stuck. And the problem is, you know, a lot of times getting somebody to come on and do a training is hard because it's always, you know, they always have something to sell, right? So we know that. That's why most speakers that speak, they have something to sell, and that's why they're speaking. So, you know, we took a pretty good stance on, hey, we understand it. You know, you're a coach or you're whatever, and we understand that's how you make your living. But, you know, we need a subject from you, what you're going to teach. And we want to make sure you teach that subject. If you want to, at the end, you want to say, hey, come see me or whatever, that's fine. We're fine with that. But we don't like sales pitches.
You just don't want their main topic to be about their product or what they usually sell, what they're known for.
And a good example of that is Carlos Gonzalez. When you guys know Carlos, Carlos is amazing. So I had Carlos do a training out here in Jersey. He did a gas station training, and I set up the tables, man. I had it all set up, and I had all the EBC brochures and all the tables for everybody. Because Carlos is EBC, right? Yeah. Carlos comes in there. He's like, he tells all the guys, he's like, hey, I appreciate Jamie, but that's not. You don't need my brochures. He's like, I'm not here to teach you EBC. So, that's the kind of people that in this industry really truly want to help people. They want to help people. Yeah. And there's a lot of people in this industry that will help. There's a whole lot. There's people who will take advantage of people also in the industry. I mean, but you have it with any industry. That's with anything in life. That's anything. That's life. That's life. I mean, just don't be gullible. I mean, if something sounds too true to be, if somebody's trying to say, you're gonna make $1 million next month, just come sign up with me. Like, you kind of know that's bull crap, right? I mean, you can't be that desperate. Is what it comes down to.
Some people are, man. Some of them just gullible, dude. They just fall right into any trap.
They do, because a lot of them are desperate, man, and they're trying to succeed so bad, And I also got a lot of guys, man, that I deal with a couple of my friends that deal with like this shiny syndrome, man. Like they think they can only be successful, if they buy this or if they buy that,
Showing off all their stuff that they.
Yeah. He's like, I had a buddy, he bought an 8-gallon machine. That's awesome, man. If you could afford it, you were there. But he bought it because he said that made him more professional. He needed that to be successful. I'm like, dude, that's just the equipment is equipment, man. I mean, to me, it's like you can give me any machine, drop me off in the city with a machine. Like, I can clean with any machine. We can make it happen. We can make it happen. Yeah. leads are the name of the game, right? Leads and selling. So
yeah, if you know what you're doing, you take that 4 or 5 gallon a minute and you can clean anything you want.
Yeah, you can.
You know, it may take you a little bit, but you get it clean.
Yeah.
Let me give a shout out to everybody that's on here. We got Clay Smith on here, Nick Johnson, Tanya Zale, Miguel Marquez,
Carlos is even on here.
Mike Jackson, Sean Osborne, Tyler Whitty, John Tornabene, Barry Little, Chris Buckner. Barry said sitting down to eat dinner, just got 3 gas stations done in 9 hours to start to finish. How's my peeps doing? Salute Trudi, Anthony, and guests. John Tornabene said your event, putting everything together, was a brilliant idea. Clay Smith, awesome. Darius Wynn, Ray Wynn, John Tornabene. My classes have nothing to sell except knowledge. Carlos is on here. He said he appreciates you, Jamie. John said the PWMCA event I was at last year was excellent. I was there also, and that's all the guests we have right now, but I wanted to thank them for being on here. And if you guys have any questions, just type it up and I'll read them.
Yep. And we're going to we have some plans. We're going to start ramping things up in PWMCA and in general. I mean, I've honestly, you know, like I would say last months, I haven't been on social media as much. I haven't been as present as I usually am. I'm usually like on social media all the time doing videos, and I got kind of burned out from not from the contractors, not from that side. I got burned out from, quite honestly, a lot of the guru crap. Kind of just burned me out. It just really burned me out. You know, even bringing speakers in, you thought, you know, you would think, you know, they were there to help, and then it just turns out there's just a bunch of the guru stuff, and kind of gets disheartening after a while.
Yeah, I can't get with the guru stuff either. You know, I do a lot on social media with the paint issues, and I try to do basic tricks of the trade. I don't know everything. Everything's changing every day. There's new surfaces to clean, new substrates. There's new equipment. You know, I'm out, well, not out in the field right now because we're freezing and snowing in Florida. But, you know, when I'm out in the field, if I see something new or there's a new product that comes out, I want to try it. I'm not an expert. I'm not a guru. I'm just a contractor like Jamie is and Anthony. And we didn't have the social media when we were out there. I know I didn't. We had nothing. We had MySpace, but about it.
MySpace.
Yeah. So we learned from our mistakes, and I mean, if that makes somebody a guru, then there's a bunch of them out there. But like you said, it's contractors teaching contractors, and then that makes the family dynamic. So not like a brotherhood, because there's 6% of the women out there watching, mister. So it's a family affair. It is. We're a family of washers, and for the people that take their time, like you doing videos and Anthony does videos and I do the videos, we take the time to do that, not to get up, pat on the back for us, but to help you guys, because I don't want you learning the way I learned, because it was horrible. I mean, how many plants I had to replace, and, you know, other things, you know, gutters. It was like, oh, copper gutters. No, yeah, now they're patinaed. Now I got to buy gutters. It didn't really happen to me, but a friend. But, you know, that's how we learned. And now you guys are so lucky to have the guys that have been out in the field for a long time. You guys are lucky to have us to say, hey, don't do that. We did that and it's going to fail. Or this chemical won't work for that. Like SH doesn't clean everything. I don't care how hot you get it. It's not going to clean it all. So
here comes the hate mail.
Yeah, right. All right.
Did she say SH don't clean everything?
What?
I done see them.
Okay, there's when Raywin said, good evening, everybody. Jerry said, great group of mentors.
Well, if you burn up some plants, Trudi, we'll get Barry to get you some.
I know, Barry Little said, not plants, soft spot in his heart. So apparently he's, I don't have to worry about it now. Because
Jamie, he's a buddy of mine, and usually in the off season, like the last few weeks, he's been down in Florida down there close to Miami and stuff, and he does plant shows. Him and his wife got a plant store, and they buy these
nice.
plants and they sell them online and stuff. So I tell him he's just down there slaying weed.
Barry Little.
Yeah.
So if you need some exotic plants, man, you can look him up. He can get you anything you want.
Yeah,
that's my shout out to you, Little.
What you said about helping, it's even, people have to realize, and I've had the battle, even here locally, I have people that don't appreciate helping other contractors because they feel as though it's gonna put us out of business. I'm like, you don't understand, man. It's just like, I see somebody cleaning a roof and they're doing it wrong, and it's just like, if he ruins that roof, I mean, that's putting a black eye on all of us. It's not just him. And we're like, oh no, he'll be out of business. Well, yeah, he may be out of business, but everybody's gonna be afraid to clean their roof. So I mean, so why would you even like there's plenty of work out there for everyone. There really is. There's so much stuff to be watched. I mean, if you just get in your car and you jog around, you just look and open your eyes up. It's like, there's no reason to, not help and not see other people be successful. If they're in your area, I have guys who I mentor. They're in my backyard. They borrow my equipment. They call me for advice. All the time. I don't. It doesn't really matter. I brought guys on big jobs with us. There's no reason for, it's not like I don't own territories. And, you don't come on my territory. That's just crazy. Now, back in the day, it was like that.
When we have a big job and we know we supply all our local guys with the warehouse, but when we have a big job and we ask each other, hey, are you bidding on this because they need 3 bids? We all go in right at the same price. So we talk about that and we don't undercut each other because we don't want to devalue that job. So next year when they want us, they're like, oh no, we want this. We want you to do this job for this much, which we're not going to do because somebody devalued it to begin with. But we work with our local guys. We talk to our local guys. We hang out and drink coffee or beer or whatever they want to drink. But we call each other when there's big jobs because they have to have 3 bids, and we all talk about it and work it out between us, and whoever they hire. So it's, working together. Like you said, when they do it wrong, they do a roof wrong and it damages it, that raises the insurance for all of us. Somebody keeps falling off a roof because they don't tether themselves, they don't have a harness. That affects all of us. So, getting educated like your event, my event, with the hands-on training. I know the PWMCA is doing more of that now, but any education you can get, it doesn't matter where it's from. I mean, all 3 of us will probably mentor you if you just message us and ask us questions. I do it all the time. And if I don't know the answer, I'll say, hey, I've never done a TPO roof. Here's Anthony. Reach out to him. Or, I'll find somebody that knows. But I'm not going to give you false information because it hurts everybody. And, like I said, we're not all know-it-alls because we all live in different areas. We all have to deal with different plants and substrates and weather. Everything's so different. Oregon, you get moss, where here in Florida, mildew is a state flower. It should be. I mean, it should be. But
should be.
It should be. I should call DeSantis and tell him. I don't have DeSantis's number, but I should call up there. We've got Pete Hillbilly Blueshine watching Trey Smith, Eric Weiner, John Tornabene said, the only thing I don't discuss with my local contractors is pricing because operation costs are much different than theirs, especially due to his long-term employee pay, which is true. When you're doing commercial and that is your niche, you don't say, hey, we're going to do this. But like us here in a small little area, if we're bidding on the same job, just get the job because of what you have and how you sell yourself.
Right.
Brian Mayer is watching. Hey, Carlos said the relationships with contractors in your area of service is so valuable. Whether you are teaching them or they are teaching you, the synergy is priceless. And that's my favorite thing about events. I just go to events even if I don't go to classes, is to network and meet these people and just talk about things and talk about life. And a lot of the time I find that we're just sitting there chatting, and we're not even talking about business. We're just getting to know each other as a person. I mean,
Yep.
we found Anthony, and now he's stuck with us. He's part of our Panhandle family. So
Part of the family.
yep.
I just fell into that one like a turd in a toilet or something.
I did.
don't know what
I
happened.
caught him. He fell. I caught him, and that's what messed up my neck. I just figured it out.
So, Anthony, you were talking earlier about people being gullible, but then you also talked about the Eagles. So I'm going to show you something here. I don't know if you heard about this, but the Eagles were selling. See that right there? That's pints of snow from the game the other day, right?
Really?
That they shipped to these people in dry ice. They only made 100 of these available. $50 for a pint.
That's so cool.
Do you know they sold them out like immediately?
Oh, I bet they did.
Gosh, I didn't know they sold snow. You know how much money I could have made because this is
like snow.
You put Panhandle snow on it. You think you could sell it?
I
think you should do it.
I bet you could. I bet the people buy. How many people would buy some snow from Panhandle?
How many people buy Panhandle snow?
How many people buy Panhandle snow? Let's do it.
That blew my mind, man. That blew my mind. Like they sold out like instantly, like snow. You put it in the freezer. It has to stay in the freezer. It's like when what company comes over, you're like, yo, come to my freezer. Look at this. I can eat snow. How
many of them did they sell? How many did they make up?
100. They made 100.
Oh, no wonder they sold out in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, they did it for, I think for like autism or something like that. The money, but
I mean, you get
none. I won't buy snow. I'm not buying snow, man. It's probably snow they picked up from like Jeffrey Lurie's house or something like that.
They don't tell me where they got that snow from.
Yeah, where that snow come from, man?
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
this is a snowball that Jalen Hurts threw.
Yeah, I'm gonna sell it. It's amazing. But,
have a good night, Carlos. Carlos is leaving. He's got to go eat dinner.
Have a great day, Carlos.
See you, Carlos.
See you, buddy. Yeah, so I mean, we pretty much just do what we're doing now, and that's, you know, when we invite our guests on, I say it's like The View, which I don't watch The View, but I've seen it. We're just sitting here chatting and getting to know each other as human beings, and then you have a different relationship because you know that person, and I think that's amazing to be able to do that, and that's why I love the events, and I like the way you have it where. I mean, I enjoyed myself at your event when I came up there to speak. It was awesome. So I met a lot of people.
Yeah, we try. It's hard. It's hard. People think it's hard. It's not easy. I mean,
no, it's not.
It's not hard setting one up neither.
So this is the first year that I don't have to like this year. I don't have to worry about like vendors or anything like that. That's all the home. So the home service workshop is the main show. So that they're handling all the vendors, the vendor room. I got to focus just on the PWMCA 2 days of what we're doing. So, which is actually good because I never get a chance to sit in the classroom, which is like sucks. Like I never get a chance to really sit down because I'm always, if I'm not doing something, I got 100 fires to put out, you know?
That's her.
J.R. Kelly watching. Chris Berkner said, what's up? Brenda Silks watching. J.R. Kelly said, well, Wash is just north of Mobile, Alabama. Well, I hope you come to the warehouse. Come see me. We got a bunch of stuff. Miguel Marquez said, send Mecca Snowball to Tampa. You could have had all the snow we had. I didn't want it. Chris Berkner said, Jamie Schmidt, what's up? And then Jarius Wynn said, when is the next conference? Because I want to meet all of you. So the dates are February 28th to March
1st.
So that's going to be in Orlando.
No, February 26th. It's Wednesday to Saturday.
Oh, Wednesday. Yeah, sorry. 26th, not 28th.
Wednesday to Saturday.
We got Bruce Martin watching, and Lex is here. Hey, Lex. Hey, Bruce. So anyway, yeah, last year was the first time that I did the event with just me. I didn't have, Ron was helping me do it before, and, you know, he, like a baby bird in the nest, and I learned how to fly. So I'm like, I'm going to try and do it myself this time. And it was great. There was a lot to do, but I felt it less stressful on me because I had the control of what's going on, where when you've got somebody doing it for you and helping you do it, and you're only getting little tidbits of information,
Yep.
you're kind of like not knowing, and you're stressed. It's like, I'm going to get there. What's going to happen if somebody doesn't show up? And you all night, I'm not sleeping because I'm just.
But you set yourself up for success from the start, with it, because you put people around you that see your vision.
Oh,
and
definitely.
we jumped in and we flowed with it. And, it's just like building a business, I mean, you got to put people around you that's got the same vision that you got for yourself. And without that, you're not going to succeed. It's like my helper I got now, Miley, man, he's so awesome, man. He's a great man of God and everything, and just need him in my life. And he just, he always asks me, and what's our vision for this year? I mean, we talked all day today, and that's all I've heard. We got to sit down tomorrow. We got to put steps together. What's the vision? What we working for? What we're working towards this year, and all this stuff. I said, man, slow down, dude. There's 2 of us, 3 of us, counting Trent. We don't need to get way out there, but we finna blow up. I just have.
I think, like you said, having a great support team. I mean, my Panhandle team is amazing. They are awesome. I didn't have to lift a finger, thank gosh, because my neck probably would have went bad before the event, which would have been bad. But Alana Martinez from Dad Marketing, she was helping me with the registration. She built the registration site for me. We're going to be doing something different this year. We're going to have our own website. We got Antonio Curry's watching, and Jeff Ford. Welcome, guys. So having that team behind, Anthony's always right there, and all the guys like, hey, I'm going to be there early. Can I come help set up? And I'm like, absolutely. Come on, come help. Bobby Schmidt's watching. All right, Jamie, you guys talk. My voice is going.
But yeah, we just sit around. My team, I'm gonna say my team is one of us, 2 of us. One of them knew he really got a whole lot of work in him yet, because we hired him towards the end of the season, which was probably kind of dumb because I knew it was fixing to bottom out. But he's hung in here with us, and I mean, if I need him for anything, I mean, he's always there, and just trying to build. He looks out for me and wants to know. Because if I'm not successful, he ain't going to be successful. Right. If I'm not making money, he ain't making no money.
That's hard to find. That sounds like you got an A player. That's somebody that's he wants to see the company be successful and grow. And he wants to be there and say, hey, let's do this, Anthony, let's do this. That's hard to find. It's hard to find. I mean, we all talk about how we want A players, but in reality, I mean, we're probably all mostly happy with B players, right? That come in and they do the job, they do it right, but they don't go and do too many extra things. You got the guy that goes to the barbershop when he's sitting there saying, hey, you need power washing, you got to get what's it called? Like he wants to push your company. Like,
this is the guy. This is the type of guy he is, Jamie. I got a call this morning. One of my vendors, he was like, I need a bathroom steam cleaned in Gunnersville at a service station. I said, okay. He said, can you do that? And I said, I thought about it for a minute. I thought, how am I going to steam clean this bathroom? Well, it got drains in there. Yeah, I think it does. Well, let me ride over and see. Well, I ride over there. We're 40 minutes from the store. We'll get over. There's 2 stores over there, 4 bathrooms. Okay. So I do work for these people all the time. So I call a couple of buddies of mine, hey man, have y'all ever done this before? I mean, I've never really I ain't went in to clean no bathroom in a service station. I'm thinking $200, $250 a pop for each bathroom. You're talking what, $1,000? That overshooting the thing. And I thought, man, I'm not gonna make no money. Time I pay you and the other guy, the other help, and he looks at me and he said, man, you ain't gotta worry about paying me on this. He said, this is just something that we're gonna add to our service. I said, I can't do that. That's just him.
Yeah, exactly.
He knows he's going to get paid regardless of what he says. But that's just the type of person he is.
That's good. Anyway, before I started choking, Bobby Schmidt's on. We've got Chris Colvin, So Gary Babcock's Willamette Outdoor Wash. Is that Willamette, Oregon? Willamette Valley? Because that's where I was raised. And then we've got Tony Beffers here watching. Hey guys, I hope you're having a good night. I hope nobody's freezing like I am. For some reason, my
freezing.
What? It is freezing.
You're in Florida. There ain't no snow on the ground down there, girl. You crazy.
Dude,
You need to get off them pain pills. Get back to work.
I have not been on pain pills. I have no pain. I just can't do anything still until it all gets situated in there. I've been behaving, which is really hard for me.
Yeah, I know your husband called me the other day and told me that.
Yeah.
I told you. Hey, I'm telling you, you need to milk this a little while longer.
He's been doing great. He's learned how to cook.
That's what he said.
Meals.
I said you need to milk it just a little bit longer.
Laundry, everything. I'm just sitting on the couch and he's doing it all.
He's doing it all.
Yeah, going to work, washing, running the warehouse, coming home, cooking, cleaning, taking care of her. He said, I don't know how she does it.
And make it look easy after him working.
That's what he said. He said, man, they make it look so easy.
Dude, that's true. I mean, that's true. Like, my wife is the one, she'll get like a surgery, like a same-day surgery, and come home and she wants to, like, go vacuum and all this stuff. Man, I get like a cold. I'm like in the bed, like,
the wired.
I'm dying. I'm in the bed. I can't get out of the bed.
So when you get the man flu.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, the man flu. I mean, it almost killed you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it. Gary, yes, I was actually raised in Lebanon, which is down in the Willamette Valley. So usually when there was snow, I'd be in front of the TV watching, and because we're in the valley, we never got the snow, and it was so mad because we had a snow day up there, and we had to go to school. But yeah, he probably knows where Lebanon is. I was raised, I got family still in Oregon.
Then you move to Florida and you get a snow week.
I know.
What about
we got a week of winter this year, and it's the coldest and the snowiest it's ever been. It's crazy. We got Tyler Wimmer watching now. Hey, Tyler. So anyway, so we were just talking about how important networking is and the equipment. I know, Jamie, you were saying that guys 8-gallon minute, they have to have it. That's something I found the downfall of some of these YouTube. YouTube is a great tool, but then you've got guys standing there with $100 bills. I made all this and they set the expectation here, and you've got to have a $50,000 rig, and and you don't. I mean, I've actually had a machine break down, and I finished the house with a pump up and a garden hose. You can wash a house with a pump up and a garden hose, and you can make money doing it. Do I want to do that? I don't want to do that.
No.
So people, they call me and say, hey, I got a 2-gallon minute machine or 2.1, whatever those are. And, what can I do? And I'm like, this is how you do it. Here's the chemicals you need to use. Hey, Zeus, have they been sending you cookies? He's looking. So you can make money. I was telling my people, what's your budget? Let's start with your budget. You save some money for if your equipment breaks down or you need specialty chemicals for marketing. You need that money. So don't blow your whole budget on your equipment. Start small and then reinvest in your business and make sure your bills are paid. Because if you get that, I've had a lot of guys that go out and get a personal loan to buy this big old stuff, and then they don't know how to market it. They don't know how to sell themselves, so they're stuck. I know you guys see all the pressure washing rigs and stuff for sale right after summer.
There's a bunch of them on there. You pull up Marketplace and see everything.
Yeah, I mean, and it's nice to get the big equipment. I mean, when you're ready for it. I mean, it's when you're ready and it's time to step up. But it's not. I think a lot of it is fear, though. I see a lot of guys that are they're struggling, and they go get a loan or they take their last bit of money and they go buy a piece of equipment because they think that's going to overnight turn around their struggle. And it's like, man, it's not. It's going to make you feel good. Yeah, it's going to make you feel all warm and fuzzy.
Don't look at my house, guys. I gotta let my dog out.
At the end of the day,
take y'all with me.
I might have went to school with Gary Babcock's mom. She lived in Lebanon. However, I lived on 8th Street. anyway, Darius wins absolutely with the right solution. You can make it happen. John Tornabene said, "Hey Trudi, I love telling my friends how that my South Florida home is 10 minutes away from the Gulf of America." Gulf of America.
Yeah, they're gonna rename it.
Marco's on here. Hey Marco. And Antonio Curry said, "Well, this watching you makes me think how I need to place an order. Need some gums and another curry combo, which is this curry combo. It's got your M5 twist, your X-Jet, and your shooter tip all on one J-Rod."
What is that? How much is that?
I don't know.
You post no.
I've been sitting on the couch since November 20th. You expect me to know all
That
this?
ain't no excuse, woman. That's your company. You supposed to know.
I've been on medicine since the 16th of November, so I don't know what's up here anymore.
Is that Marco Armando?
Yep, Marco's on there. Chris Colvin said, "I started out of the back of my truck, and this year I'm building a 5x10 trailer. Nothing fancy, but making it work. And as long as it's making you money and you're making the customer happy and you're paying your bills, then that's all you need."
The thing about it, when you build these things, you just don't want to throw stuff on there. You want to make it look neat and nice and professional.
Yep.
We pulled up at a job. I mean, I got a 2009. It's a 2500 Chevrolet. It's got a custom 8-foot bed, skirted bed on it, converted a single into a dually axle, and pulled up to a guy's house. And when he come outside, he said, "You know what you're doing?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He said, "If you'd have come up here in the back of a pickup truck and pulled a pressure washer off, I'd have told you to leave." So,
I mean, appearance, we've talked about this before, and appearance is a huge deal. I always use this analogy. If you go to your dentist's office and you see pliers and a bottle of chloroform, that's not my dentist. I don't want that. So if you can look professional with the smaller equipment, you just have to make sure, I'm going to get guff for this, but you've got your bottle of Dawn that you're squeezing in your bleach, which causes a toxic reaction, which could make you sick. And then you've got jeans and stuff that's all bleached out, where if you had a nice uniform, even with the 4-gallon-a-minute machine, and you had, you don't have to spend a lot of money on your chemicals, but make sure it is the right chemical for the job. So that's to me looks professional. I don't care if you've got a 2-gallon-a-minute, but if you look presentable and you look like you know what you're doing, the customer is going to look out their window and they're going to see dish soap or laundry soap, and they're going to think, "I can do this. I've got it right here. I got bleach and laundry soap in my laundry room. I can do this. Why am I paying this guy?" So
looking professional and being professional. Being confident, really being confident also in your craft. You're supposed to be you're the professional. And I talk about that a little bit in my HOA class. I do HOA class. I touch on that because I've had a job, a big HOA job that I won here. And I went up against another contractor I know, and he reached out and he said, "Man, I was lower than you, and you won that." And I'm like, "I know," and I know why. Because he went back to the contractor, he went back to the property manager multiple times, asking questions about, "Can we come back again? Can you show me again where the water is? Can we walk the park?" Like,
that should happen one time or
be the professional. You call us, we'll say, "Man, here it is. Here's the price. We can take care of it. You don't have to worry about anything." Same thing with residential. It's like be the authority. You're the pressure washer, show up with the uniform and be confident and, don't undersell yourself. You can't undersell yourself. And I think people undervalue themselves, and that's a lot of the problem they have.
Yeah, that's how I would say that. Don't devalue yourself and your ability, and don't devalue the industry, because if you're lowballing, it's not doing anybody any favors for the industry. John Tornabene said Shane will be burnt out soon covering for me. Probably. He hasn't started ordering pizza yet, so I think we're good.
He gonna take a vacation when you come back. You know that, don't you?
Oh man, he's probably on a pedicure and everything. Anthony, you got your phone? You want to read Marco since that's long and my voice is going to be a hard time?
Read whose?
Marco. I'll read. Eric Wiener said, yep, first impressions likely to bring more work. Antonio Curry said, started with a 2.5 little Honda, talk about long house washes. I think the IGX 200 or something like that. I can't remember. So probably with that. But go ahead and read Marco's.
He said, my equipment is always a mess, having machines that look like mine have never done anything other than customers say, wow, what the hell is that tank you're carrying? They are impressed to the point that they don't notice I have my trailer in the complete disarray. I know I should neaten it up. I just don't.
That sounds like Marco.
Yeah.
Marco is amazing. Marco is an amazing person.
So he's still doing a lot of fleet washing?
Yeah. That's his passion, man. That's his passion. You can see he's happy right now. He's in the zone what he likes to do.
Yeah. I've noticed a huge difference over the years. He's doing amazing.
He spoke for us in 2000. I want to say 18 in Myrtle Beach. He wasn't there to speak. He was in the audience, and he knows a lot about LinkedIn. Marco was he's incredible at LinkedIn, and he does a LinkedIn class. And I was doing a social media class, and I said, guys, I don't know much about LinkedIn. You guys want to learn about LinkedIn? And they're like, yeah. Everybody's like, yes. I'm like, well, that's great because we have somebody here that can teach you LinkedIn. I'm like, Marco, come up, you're taking this class over, and he's like, what? He's like, dude, I don't have time to prep. No. I'm like, Marco, dude,
just do you.
Be you. Be you. You're authentic, man. You're authentic, and he did, and people got so much out of that. He's amazing. Marco's an amazing person.
And then John Tornabin, he said, Jamie beat me on a parking garage we did a few years in Pennsylvania. I'm good with that because I know Jamie is always professional, and that is a professional contractor right there. There's no hard feelings, I
called John that one. I called John. I'm like, I didn't really want to do it. I watched the buildings for this company. I watched the buildings. So I'm like, I didn't really want to do it. I'm like, because this is like your roundhouse. He's like, dude, you're fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. That's what it should be. That's enough work.
Just get that money, Jamie. Get that money.
He's like, get that money.
There's enough work out there.
Give me a cut. No, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. But...
You seen him a check? You seen him a dollar?
Yeah.
But there's
John's awesome.
Enough work out there for everybody that you don't have to lose a friendship or a mentor or just a peer in the same industry. It's not worth it because when we have huge jobs, we have a lot of equipment, which my husband's probably happy I'm not at the warehouse, so I can't see him walking out with what he's got. But we call him Five Finger Freddy. That's why the inventory's off. But when we have a huge job and we need to get it done, we call our local contractors who work with us, and we work together as a team to get it done. And it's like, hey, how much you want to do? We're going to bring your equipment, or you can use our equipment. If you work together, you can get so much more accomplished than fighting each other. And I think even the customer, if I go bid this job and you go bid a job and Anthony goes behind me and bids the same job, and we're all tense and we feel like we're hungry, we got to get it, we got to beat the other guy, like a boxing match. I think the customer will see that on you instead of you being relaxed and just open and honest and fair, do a fair price.
Yep, be fair.
I ran into a property manager guy in Birmingham one day. We was down there doing a service station. We was striping the parking lot. He come through talking to us and everything. He said, I got a brand new apartment complex over here. I need y'all to come look at. He said, my boss said I got to hire somebody to get in there and get them set up and get them ready to go because November they're closing. Everything's going to be finished. and I want to start getting everything cleaned in November. Well, we went and looked at the place. I mean, it was top-notch apartment complex. He said the clientele here are young, they're professional, and they're 21 to 30-year-old, and 90% of them are women. He said, I can't have some jackleg company coming in here and working around all these people, around these women. And he said, the way y'all dress and everything, he said, caught my eye and everything. We followed up with them, and they're not finished yet, neither, by the way. So I stay in contact with him about every month. So maybe we'll win it. I mean, it'll be a thing. It'll be a thing where I'll have to build a truck or trailer and it just sit there on the property and just go down there and just do the job.
And that's another thing too, is building relationships. You know, when you build a relationship and you feel comfortable, they know you, and just, you know, it's like, hey, you know, can we talk about this bid and this place, or you want to meet for coffee, or, you know, what do you want to do? Just building relationships with property managers, real estate agents, or, you know, homeowners especially. You know, you build a relationship with those guys and you are going to have jobs. They're going to give you the work. Even if you might be a little bit higher, but you've built that trust and you've bonded with them. So they feel comfortable. They can go to you and say, hey, you missed something. Or you can go to them and say, hey, I don't think you need this part done over here. We can do that part next year. And I think that's huge benefit to your business, just behaving like that professionally.
No, we done that at a McDonald's. I was on the job the night it happened, but there was a spot and they had like brick pavers for sidewalk, and I missed it. I mean, it was a section, and I missed it. And the guy called me. He sent me a picture of it the next morning, and he said, I think we got a mess up and everything. And I was like, I'm on my way to fix it. He said, well, don't come right now. He said, because they're fixing to walk in the door, their inspection. But I said, well, I want to fix it. I said, because I told you when we started this, you know, we're human. We are human beings. We do miss stuff. We get in a hurry. I mean, you're out there at night. You don't want to be there 10 hours, man. I mean, you get in a hurry, you miss stuff. You know, and I told him, I said, my bad. That was my side of the building. Can't blame it on nobody but myself. But, you know, I went all the way back to Huntsville, which is 30, 40 minutes for 10 minutes. And
Antonio Curry had a good thing too. He works for a painter, so he washes the house before they paint.
Nice.
And he's aware, you know, he makes them aware of the issues. Like they said, I'm looking for the issue, and made them aware it could happen at any time at any houses if the wrong paint is used with the pigment. So
wonder where you learned that from.
I have no idea. Alan Smith said, yo, Jamie.
What's up, Alan? Alan's a good dude. Good kid, man. He's been around a while.
There's
a misconception with you know, property managers. I hear it all the time. Guys, you know, say, oh, property managers go with the cheapest bid. And I'm like, that is not always the case. That is not the case. Now they have budgets. They have budgets they have to stay inside of. I mean, sometimes, you know, if you have a good relationship with them, they understand it. Like, hey, you can't get that out
too, you know, bidding stuff, and they're like, man, you over budget. Yeah. And so now if I go look at apartment complex, when I sit down with the manager of that apartment complex, I'm going to say, okay, I said, before I submit this bid and I'm over, give me an idea of what y'all's budget is. That way I'll know if I'm not wasting my time. Because if you got a $1,000 budget and you want 100 breezeways washed, I mean, you know, we're gonna have to do some serious talking. You know, so but
and it also comes down to, I mean, when you start doing big projects like that, you know, you start doing, you know, comes down to what contractors can handle. They may think something is being done cheap when it's really not. It's just, to them it's cheap because, like, you know, they may take a project, it may take them 2 weeks to do, you know?
Yeah.
You may have another company come there and do it in 2 or 3 days, right? Of course, that company that's going to do it in 2 or 3 days, the price is going to be different. And you think they're cheap. They're not cheap. It's just they're equipped to get in and get out.
I mean, you got to get in and get out.
In and out. I mean,
that's where the equipment comes in.
That's where the equipment comes in, and having the right crews and being able to be, you know, I mean,
have a plan and an exit strategy.
Have a plan. I mean, you know, we did 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it was like 4 5-story buildings. This was not too long ago, and we did that in under a week. But we knew going in, like we had a plan, we had a strategy of how to attack it.
Right.
And you know, somebody that's going to go in there, it's going to take them a month. They're like, oh man, Jamie he underbid me. Well, no, like we're making a lot of money, at being extremely efficient doing it. There's some jobs though. There's some jobs like you don't that aren't in your wheelhouse. And that's what the guy's going to understand also. You know, John does the parking garages, right? I don't do parking garages. The one John's talking about was a small. That was actually a really small garage. It was really just a wash down. It's not my wheelhouse. I've been asked to do. You know, I even sent John reference a big one in Philadelphia, like big massive parking garage. I'm like, that's not me. That's not what we do. We're not efficient at that. You know, that'll take me forever. I'd rather go wash a building real fast. You know, I'll go wash a 25,000 square foot building. That's cake. That parking garage, man, I will be there forever, and I will lose my ass. I mean, I know it. I mean, so guys got to understand, like, not always being. You don't have to take every job. You know, you got to learn how to stay in your lane and find those people that want a job. I don't do wood. I don't do wood restoration. I have Ever Abrams is in Chemung, New Jersey. He's not too far from me. You know, he can handle all the wood. That's his wheelhouse. He's an expert at restoring wood. We are not. I did one deck, like 3 years ago. Customer begged me. It was a good customer of mine. Begged us to do it. This was a small deck. I had to call Everett. He had to kick our ass. We could not get the stripping off. The other stuff. It was like some kind of product there. I don't know what it was. That was a product that was really hard to strip. Took us forever. I lost my ass on it. I'm like, that's why I stay like in my lane. Like,
right.
And guys, I think guys are, you know, they're afraid. They're afraid that if they don't take everything, they're going to lose out. And that's mindset. You know, that's all in your mind.
Go deeper, not wider.
Yeah.
Perfect what you want to do.
It goes with everything, man. It goes with marketing. You know, it goes, you know, even with marketing, I see so many guys just taking so much money and throwing that net so far out. Like I get yard signs and stuff here from like 2 states over. Like people, and I'm like, if you just took that energy, that time, and that money, and you went to an area you were at where you want to work at, and you focused on that area, and you took that money you're wasting 75, 80, 90 miles away, and you just zoned into the area where you're at and just keep slamming that area with that same stuff, I'm like, it would be so much easier for you guys.
We had a question. What's your thoughts, Chris Kelvin? So what's your thoughts on washing gas stations? I was thinking about trying to get into that this year.
Not my wheelhouse.
Just
talk fancy.
I love them. I mean, I wash gas stations all day long and all night. I mean, we have. I mean, it's easy money. The biggest thing, you got to watch out for the people because there's stupid people out there and they don't know how to drive. And the first thing I want to do is pull right up underneath you or right up beside you.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing. I mean, they run over your cones, man. I mean, they don't care. They got one thing on their mind, and that's get in that store any way they can. But it's easy. It's easy money. It is. I mean, it wasn't at first, but it is now. I mean, because we got a system down. I mean, we go out there. We hook the water up. The first thing we do, then we rope what we're going to wash off. We wash half the parking lot. Then we wash the other half the parking lot. And that way, because we're keeping half of the store open, because they can't shut these big race tracks down and raceways down. You have to keep at least half of the stores open so they can still sell their gas, because you go shutting a gas station down, it does 20,000 gallons or more in a half a day. your gas company's gonna frown on you and you ain't gonna get no job.
They ain't happy.
It's easy money. I mean, the right chemicals and stuff, the right machine, you in and out. And a little bit, I mean, we do. I got one truck. It's got an 8 and a 5 on it. 16,000 square feet. Most of them average from the front of the store to the back of the canopy. We square it off on the side of the canopy, go up to the building. Usually takes about 5 hours.
Nice.
And that's going in there. We pre-treat everything with degreaser downstream over the top of it, and they start cleaning. And as they go, if it's drying or whatever, we throw another downstream over the top of it and rinse it off and go to the house, collect that money.
You're right about people. you got to have plans in place, and even with plans, like, so we did this building here in July. So this was 10 stories. I was on a 80-some foot lift there, and I had we closed the whole back of the road off around this building, cut off. We didn't block it with I should have blocked it with the big trucks. We didn't. We just closed up with cones. All up, I had this thing extended all the way out, doing the top, and I look down and I see this like little bus, like these small little buses like the old age homes have, touching the lift, like the tire of the lift, touching the lift, trying to squeeze through. And like I'm trying to yell to the lady, she doesn't hear me. My guys run down there, stop her, and then she's like flipping out. She's like, "What's the problem?" And then like I was kind of like really upset her, and she actually came back around and apologized because she was like, "Oh, I don't understand what the problem is." I'm like, "Well, the problem is I'm like 80 feet in the air.
And you're hitting my lift. You're hitting what's holding me in the air."
So it's people. You're right. It's people. So doing those jobs, even with plans, man, sometimes it's just the people. They just they'll run over your hoses, like you said. They'll run over your cones, run over your hoses.
Yeah.
But
and they'll walk under
you.
you. You'll have A-frame things saying caution, pressure washing, and they walk under you, and then all of a sudden they're mad because their shirt just got bleached out. And it's like, we've got it coned off. We, do everything we can, but then, of course, it's going to be the Karen that lives in there, and you're going to have to be a nice person, and of course, it's Gucci or something, so it's not like a $20 T-shirt. It's always something expensive. But,
especially when you're doing multi-residential properties.
There's always one, at least one.
Oh yeah, no, we had. I actually talked about that in my HOA plans. We actually had one that this guy wanted to go on his back porch and smoke a cigarette, and the guys were starting, and they said, "Hey, we're getting ready to wash the back of this building. You can't be out here." Okay, no problem. He goes in, and then a half hour later, I get a text message from the property manager. Saying, "Hey, this guy over here is saying that your guy sprayed him and ruined his shirt, his clothes." I'm like, "All right, no problem. Tell him to send me a bill." So I stopped over there. I went over there and knocked on the door. I'm like, "Hey, lady, come down." I'm like, "Yeah, my guy says somebody got sprayed. I want to make sure they're okay. Like, make sure they got sprayed in the face. Are they okay?" "Oh no, my boyfriend went out to smoke." And I'm like, "Well, did they tell him not to do that?" "Yeah, but he wanted to smoke. He came down the steps with like a Walmart like AC/DC shirt or something, right? They had a little bleach spot in it." So I was like, "All right, just send us a bill." And we never got a bill.
Yeah.
If I didn't go there, I probably got a bill for like, "Oh yeah, I had my suit on. I was going to court and I had my suit and you ruined it."
Yeah.
So
got into a situation in Montgomery. We was washing a service station, and the girl come in Crocs, open the door, hit the floor inside the store. First place she landed was on her ass. Well, she gets up. She stays in the store for a long time. I go to the door. Because I was watching. The guys was working. I go open the door. I said, "Are you okay?" And she said, "Oh, my ass is hurting." Well, of course it did. You fat ass just fell on it. So she gets up. She stays in the store for a long time. She comes out. She leaves. Well, about an hour later, she comes back. She's on her phone, video and taking pictures and stuff. Well, long story short, the manager of the store gets there. He's a dumbass. He's an Indian. He calls her. "Is there anything we can do to make this go away?" She said, "Well, I ain't been to the doctor yet." And she was at work. "Where you work?" "I work from home." I was like, yeah, laying on your ass. So anyway, long story short, just you gotta be careful, man. We had it blocked off, signs up. You can't block off the doorway because the customers still got to get in there. We have signs up, stay back 100 feet, not responsible, blah 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 blah, all this stuff, and which I talked to the insurance lady down there at the event last year, and she said, if she sues, everybody's getting sued.
Yeah.
You're going to get sued. The store owner's getting sued, and racetrack's getting sued.
So Alan Smith said he's fixed to team up with another big company to knock out 4 big jobs, and that's how you do it.
Yep, that's how you do
it. Chris Berkner said Jamie has been my rock, helping me out with Chat GPT Premium and creating me graphics. Would love to meet up with him one day. Maybe go.
Be in Orlando next month.
David Sheridan's watching. Raj from Comet's watching. Hey, Raj. Mike, I'm going to mess up that name, so I'm not even going to try. SWKS Power Washing Services is watching, not washing, because they're here, so they're not washing. So, yep, that's all of them. They're all here just listening to us. But anyway, we went over, and I don't know, he's got a remote control, and I can't figure it out. So
turn the power button on.
It's on. I was just blowing cold water on me. Oh my gosh. It's the dumb pills. I'm in the dumb pills. This gabapentin makes you dumb.
Well, maybe Jamie should get you down there next year, November, and
oh yeah, I'm down.
City Beach, man. Come down there. We put you on the schedule and let you speak or something.
Yeah,
I'm down. I'm always down, man. I'm always down. I know Chris was saying. I think Chris already said he can't make it to Orlando. But if he's still watching, or I message him, I will be up in Jay Rachenstein, February 6th speaking. So he can come down here. I can meet him.
That's cool.
I was doing it a couple weeks ago, but Doug App got snowed in Missouri. That's what happened. He lived in Missouri. He got snowed in. But
I got snowed in Florida.
Well, yeah, they shut that down. Well, yeah, just like in the Carolinas, they shut completely down. They get a little bit of snow. It's like everything's closed down. Like everybody's paralyzed.
Right now, I-10 is closed from Alabama down there by Mobile all the way to Jacksonville. All of I-10, the whole freeway.
So y'all need to get it out. Y'all need to get it open before next month or the end of this week because we're coming to. We gotta go to Pensacola next week. Next weekend.
Well, it's going to be in the 60s, and I think in the 60s all next week. But
you better start pumping that sunshine in down there.
I'll tell you.
It'll melt.
Did you see the video I posted? They had the county truck. There was a little pickup truck, and they had 2 guys sitting on the back with the baggies.
Yeah,
just
seen that.
I was like, come on now. There's got to be an easier way. They didn't even need those 2 guys. They could have put one of those cedar things on a hitch, one of the big ones that they use in the farms, and they could be flinging that damn salt everywhere, and they just could have one guy refilling it. It's not rocket science. I swear. I guess you don't have to have a lot of common sense to be working in the county. I'm sorry if anybody here works for the county, but that was dumb.
I'll be trying to panhandle down tomorrow.
Man, that was dumb. But anyway, you want to finish this up, Jamie, and remind them about the dates and location of your event?
Yeah, so we'll be in Orlando, right at Universal. So the hotel's right at Answers Universal. Go to PWMCA.org and you can see the schedule. You can link right there. You can see everything that's going on. February 26th to March 1st is the actual home service workshop. But the PWMCA show is Friday and Saturday, so the 28th and the 1st. But we'll be there the whole Wednesday and Saturday. It's going to be an amazing event. So it's going to be, well, hopefully it's sunny in Florida by then. It should be. It should be.
It will be. You got it.
We'll get some sunshine down there.
Hey, you never know. It might snow.
It might. You never know.
You just don't know anymore. You just don't know.
If anybody has any questions, you can message me directly, and I would help you out. Even not for the show. If you have any questions or anything, message me.
Yep. Goes for all
I don't
of
get
us.
right to you right away. Message me again because I do get a lot of messages a day. So sometimes I mean to answer somebody, but I get tied up with something else and I forget. So just message me again. And I'll get back to you guys. But no, it was great speaking tonight. Awesome talking to contractors, which is what I love to do. And hopefully everybody's getting ready to crush 2025. It's going to be an amazing season. Guys got to just get out there, make stuff happen. Don't be afraid to get out of our comfort zone. Get out and meet people, shake hands, do whatever you got to do.
And don't be scared to ask. If you don't know something, don't try and do it and mess something up. You guys have an awesome tool with the Facebook groups and the guys that are running those groups
use it.
We're mentors. We can help and answer your questions. So you guys have a tool that we didn't have. So reach out to all of it. Any of us will answer. But sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
Yep.
Just letting you know we can do it.
That's the point right there. Yeah, there's so many people in this industry that will help. There's a lot of people in this industry that will help you out, and there's no reason why you guys should struggle nowadays. There's too many people that will help you out, and man, just start focusing customer service, man. I mean, I look at our guys. I mean, we're really a customer service company that washes, right? And we're taking more of that approach this year. We're doing some things to turn our customers into fans instead of just happy customers. So we got some systems this year in 2025 we're going to put in, but we just watch stuff, man. It's not that hard, guys. Go out and meet people. Don't be afraid. I mean, it's the more people that know what you do, the more opportunities you have. You guys know Clean by Gene O'Neill. It's how he built his company. Everywhere he goes, he gives them a business card. No matter where he goes, they know what he does. He doesn't use he doesn't use all this crazy stuff where marketing and all that. It's just getting out there and saying, hey, this is what I do.
That's what I do. I mean, my budget for marketing is, I'm gonna say probably less than $500. And knock on wood, I mean, been blessed. And I mean, we had like 235 last year.
It depends if you're if you're in the middle of a scale.
So
if you want to scale quickly, then that's when more marketing money comes into play, obviously. But our Christmas light company this year, we had an amazing year, and our marketing budget was pretty much zero. But I do a lot of free organic stuff, so to make that happen. But yeah, I appreciate you guys, and look, we'll definitely do this again. Looking forward to hanging out. You guys are awesome, always helping people, and that's what it's about.
It sure is. Well, thank you for joining us. We had a great time. So you guys, stay humble and hustle hard, and you guys have a great weekend.
Go Eagles.
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
Fly high, baby.